Our next speaker, Dr. Worden, is licensed in clinical nutrition, acupuncture, spinal manipulation, botanical medicine, counseling, homeopathy, neural therapy, prescriptive privileges, and other natural healing modalities. She specializes in unique medical therapies from Europe and around the world. Dr. Worden is a diplomat of the American Academy of Pain Management, and she is adjunct faculty at Arizona State University. She is on the board of directors of the Naturopathic Academy of Therapeutic Injections and the Naturopathic Physicians Board of Aesthetic Medicine. She is an international speaker and lecturer, radio and TV personality, CEO, owner of Worden Medical Specialties, and in the who's who of international business women. We are proud to welcome Dr. Donese Worden.
All right, thank you. I'm good. Yeah, all right. All right, I'll try to stay in the tape. I don't like that. I like moving, but I'll try to be good. I would like to start out by asking how many of you are already involved in corporate wellness in some fashion? Okay, not very many. How many of you really want to do it and haven't done it yet? Okay, great. Part of the reason why you're here, right? The reason why they asked me to talk to you today is, and why I don't even have a PowerPoint is because I want to tell you that corporate wellness is coming to me. I haven't had to go to them. And I want to tell you my story, so maybe you can do the same thing. I will tell you that the answer of how you get your foot in the door, look in your patient charts. Talk to your patients. Are they the managers? Are they the owners of corporations? If they are and you've already helped them, that's your way in. They asked me to come speak to their corporations and to their groups. It started out with State Farm Corporate, which happens to be in Tempe, Arizona. And one of my patients said, Dr. Worden, I belong to this group at at State Farm Corporate, and I want you to come talk. So I went, and there were about 50 people, which they were surprised about the turnout because it was during the lunch. They had to do it during their lunch hour. So we had 50 people. Well, someone in that group who belonged to a different organization within State Farm wanted me to come talk to their group. So the next group was 150. So then, they decided the next group that wanted to have it, or the same groups that wanted me to come again, said, we need a bigger room. So now corporate got a hold of it. Well, what's happening here during the lunch hours? And what's everybody going to hear? What is this? I don't think that we need to spend too much time, and maybe I'm wrong. Dr. Noe was talking to you about the statistics, but most of the corporations understand and know that wellness and corporate wellness is important to them. They're interested in their ROI, return on investment, which I think the stats have shown. I think they know that, and we know that. What I would encourage you is, what's your ROI? What do you want out of it? Would you like more patients for your practice and other physicians in your practice? Do you have a book that you want to sell? Do you want to sell an entire program where you're getting a monthly dividend from that corporate wellness program? I personally have not had an interest in coming up with this big package and this big project like Dr. Noe has done. That's fantastic. I'm too busy doing other things I really enjoy doing. Corporate wellness will not be my number one thing. However, it has come to me, and I've got enough physicians now, and it's gotten big enough, and I'll talk about some of the corporations that I'm working with, that I've just hired full-time a PR marketing person to put this kind of thing together. Because as a physician, if you're like I am, it's tough to do, run your business. I own my building, I do all those things. You're a business person, you're a physician, and to try to do corporate wellness on top of that may be a little tough for you. So if you can get your foot in the door and it's ready to go, like mine is, they're asking me to develop these programs, and I'm saying, whoa, I don't have time. It might behoove you to think about bringing in someone who does know how to design something like that for you. So State Farm, just a funny story of how that became so big was one of the top people, I can't say what position, as you know, but one of the top people in State Farm Corporate came to me and had done better, and she brought her daughter in, who also works at State Farm Corporate. This 22-year-old at the time daily had grand mal seizures her entire life. her entire life, all the way through school, all the way through. Nobody could figure anything out. Of course, she'd been through the workup. Well, I started with, well, let's look at, let's try to get your body as healthy as it can, because she'd been worked up. So I found celiac through a certain corporation that we all know about, a very a very good lab that does TTG testing. So we found the celiac. She got the gluten out of her diet, and it's been 3 years now, not one single grand mal seizure. So you can understand that she and her mother have become great big advocates within State Farm Corporate about this alternative medicine business and how it's helped them. So you find a champion like that, and your job is done. They have challenged their corporation, their head corporate. In fact, their insurance carrier, didn't want to pay for the test even after this had happened. And of course, they got on it, and we got a letter from the carrier that said TTG testing is not gold standard. It doesn't matter. We don't believe in that. There was a connection with the seizures and the gut connection, and so I appropriately gave a letter right back about the science behind it and how we do know. So they got it covered. So State Farm was one. Now, what is happening with that is that, again, I'm more interested in maybe just education, either myself or one of my other doctors that can go and lecture. That's easy. I don't want to do huge programs. But in lecturing, many other things have opened up, and one of which is partnering with corporations and labs and genetic testing, food allergy testing, with companies that say, hey, let's sponsor a day. Because the word's out. Everybody knows, they're walking around with their little cards talking about their food sensitivities. They already know about it. They're talking about it. Now they want their family and friends, family I should say, to come in, and the people within the corporation that haven't had it yet, they're all excited. So we'll have a day. That's easy. I don't have to set it up. Partnering with some of these companies and these labs and these, even nutritional companies that you work with, partner with them, put the monkey on their back for the literature and so forth, and then all you have to do is introduce it, and you can have a day and do this kind of thing. That's a simple way to get in. I have spoken and in part of Boeing, McDonald's, and these, again, were patients. These are patients that happen to be high up that said, I want you to come talk to my employees. I said, well, I'm going to tell your McDonald's people, don't eat it. And they know, and they say, okay, you can have your McDonald's, once a day, but you've also got to add in this, and this, and let's take out the things that may be harmful to you. Mahoney Group is a very large broker they handle Blue Cross Blue Shield, Aetna, and so forth. They have their own little in-house testing right now going on. Most of their upper echelon are patients. And they are so excited that they feel like, and they're collecting their own data. I'm not doing it. They are. And they've got other programs involved, but they're collecting it, and they think that it looks so good that they will be the ones pushing it to Blue Cross Blue Shield and Aetna. So there are advocates. Is this happening without you involved or not? But if you want to be involved, I would say the easiest way is through education. Education. As a physician, that's what you offer that they can't get from the exercise physiologist and this person over here and that person over there. Important parts of the program. However, what you are, what you have, and what they want and what patients listen to is being a physician. Arizona State University has and it's the first in the nation, a integrative health certificate. It's an integrative medicine health certificate for master's level and beyond. That program has just started. We taught the first classes last semester, and now it's been accepted into Banner, which is our health magnet hospital in Arizona, and they want it being taught for their nurses and their doctors, and guess what? They're paying for it. And so it's happening. It's an exciting thing, and I'm just glad that all of us can be part of it. I lecture for different companies. Out of our clinic, we do clinical research for medical equipment as well as nutritional products. Companies hire us to do preclinicals and clinicals, and then it goes on to larger things if it looks good. But some of these companies have me lecture and speak to corporations like Whole Foods and Sprouts, vitamin shops, vitamin centers. Most of you from the back east know, vitamin shops and vitamin discount centers. So their corporations know me, but I am I'm educating their managers and their buyers in certain nutritional things. And so whenever I'm speaking to them, then that again, I'm talking to them and they're saying, well, we want this for ourselves and for the rest of the employees in this kind of lifestyle. So even within the health food and vitamin corporations, they're not doing it yet, but they want to. So that's another area that you should be able to tap into. And the independent health food stores are great as well. And some of them are too small. They're not corporations, but Whole Foods and Sprouts and vitamin shops and vitamin discount centers are. Don't forget about your distributors. I've spoken with Henry Schein and with Select. These are two of the largest. They're very, very interested. Everybody's wanting to jump on this bandwagon. So now what is it? Who's got the best program? Who does something that has statistics behind it to show that, look, you know, like Dr. Noe does, to say, look, we decreased this by 35%, this by 12%. That's great. And now you've got statistics to be able to do it. But if you're going to go that big, you've got to have, you know, some numbers like Dr. Noe does behind you, or else they may not, you know, want to, they're being hounded from left and right. Let's see here. So again, just what your ROI is, and I would encourage that because you can spend a lot of time and a lot of money. I have colleagues who have tried to step into corporate wellness who have spent massive amounts of time in designing programs and putting monies into literature and into presentations and haven't done as well with it as they could have or should have. I have some of the companies that I've worked with that have put in $1 million, sometimes $600,000, $700,000 investment into corporate wellness, and it fell on its face. So I want you to understand the reality of it too. What's unique about you? What do you do? What do you have that nobody else does? That's what you have to zone in with. Otherwise, you're just another doctor or another company pitching a corporate wellness to these organizations, and they've heard it. They've heard it, and they're going to be shopping dollars. So please don't forget about your individuality, what you may have. I mean, we do genetic testing just on a preventive end. So those are our things that we do that my patients are aware of, that have gone back and said, wow, she does this, wow, this is interesting. These are unique things that other corporate wellness programs are not doing. All corporate wellness are looking at lifestyle and diet and exercise and all that. You got to have, what was that? You got to have what's that? Everybody from Gypsy, what was the line? Forgetting. Yeah, so you have to decide what that is for you, because you've got to have something unique and different about you, or else you're going to be fighting an uphill battle. But it's exciting. They're waiting for it. They're open. They're ready. But you have to be the one that they say, I want you to do this. And so, again, if I can leave you with one message, it's that don't worry about how am I going to approach this corporation or that corporation. Get in the door with a patient that you already know that is your advocate. Get your statistics lined up from that corporation, and then you can market it to wherever you want. So that's the fast and easy way. Your answer is right in your charts. And that's what I want to leave you with. And I'll talk to you tomorrow about my real passion, which is bioenergetic medicine. Thank you.